Ho ho ho. Merry January. Christmas was about a month ago. It was a year ago, but also a month ago. But I'm sure someone still has a Christmas tree up still. Maybe even you. So technically I'm not too late on watching this video. I casually explained Christmas. As always, the video will be down below, so check them out. I did I? Yeah, I did celebrate Christmas a little bit. Did not get many gifts.
Is sponsored by Saley.
Ooh,
While we all know that the actual origin of Christmas was the birth of Santa
pagan.
Claus, it has evolved over time into a much more secular holiday.
Yes, I, I I remember the birth of Santa very well, and also the fact that it was pagan.
And as a result has largely become about gift giving, spending time with your family,
Capitalism.
and most importantly, not going to work. They say that Christmas is the
Unless
most
you're an
wonderful
essential
time of the
worker.
year, and we all have fond memories of unwrapping the new video game or toy we wanted as a kid on Christmas morning.
Mm-hmm.
But Christmas is completely different as an adult. You don't care so much about games or toys anymore,
Yeah, I
because when you get
do.
a present from your mom, you're just praying it's money, socks, and underwear.
Oh,
Furthermore, as an adult,
yeah. I'm kind of. Whenever I get presents, I just hope it's either money or Pokemon cards.
one of the most
I
difficult
buy my
parts of
own
Christmas is
socks.
gift giving, because you just don't know what other people will like, no matter how hard you tried or how wise you are.
Okay. I I just kind of don't buy gifts. I don't really celebrate that much, and people usually just put my name along with theirs when they write from. So technically, I'm kind of lumped into everyone's gift to someone else. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm not really big on the gift thing.
Back in the day, even Jesus was thinking, yo, thanks for the gold, my man. What's this other shit? Even though most children around the world look forward each year to St. Nicholas coming down their ducting to give them presents,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually the case that despite what people tell you, Santa Claus is a notorious asshole. Not only does he put coal in the stockings of children who misbehave, he
Well,
also
maybe
refuses
he
to give
should.
poor kids a PS5.
Yeah.
As we're all aware, the most traumatic time of year as an everyday consumer citizen is every department store's 24-hour transition from Halloween to Christmas on
Yeah.
November 1st. You might think
Especially
that
as an
going from
avid
scary and
Halloween
gloomy
lover.
to frosty and joyous might seem like a great improvement, but if it were a person doing it, you'd be thinking they're about to release the best album ever and then overdose. Nevertheless, once
I
November
love
comes around, there are a
Halloween.
lot of people who are critical of how it's spooky, scary skeletons one day, then Frosty the Snowman the next.
When there's
And inevitably,
Thanksgiving.
someone will be standing next to me at the grocery store deli and say, they just keep putting the decorations out earlier and earlier every year, don't they? That's consumerism for you. Which annoys me way more than the decoration, so I usually respond by saying,
Then tell me, why have you come?
like, imagine being a 19-year-old who's paid $15 an hour to try to decorate an entire warehouse, and then some
15
middle-aged guy
hours
comes in and
generous.
says, oh, I can't believe Big Grocery is trying to scam me into buying Ferrero Rocher. Like, homie, we get it. Your life
Does anyone else call Ferrero rich people candy? Like that's what everyone in my family has always called it. Because it's like a few bucks for like a piece or two, which is insane. I I don't really like the regular ones. I have to like eat around the hazelnut because I can't stand nuts.
life's a void, and the joy of others deepens the whole. This is why you only get to see the kids every second weekend. Christmas is, of course, notorious for getting the family together and having a big dinner. When I was a kid, it was common to say, finish your plate, there are starving kids in Africa. While we all managed to put a stop to that by saying name 3, nowadays the idea that one person puts on a Christmas spread single-handedly for a whole extended family is as unrealistic as Homer Simpson owning a 4-bedroom detached home in his 30s.
Very unrealistic, but my family still makes everything from from one person. But it's also like a 5-person invite list. So Christmas and like holidays were just not very pleasant. It's like going to that one conspiracy theorist uncle's house and no one else notices because they're all also conspiracy theorists. That's basically how my holidays go.
Frankly, I watch The Simpsons now and I think if Homer's got that kind of money, why hasn't he flown to Turkey yet? At any rate, if you go to the grocery store today, the only good news is they
Butterball.
usually sell the turkey and ham at a loss to get you in the door, then make profit on everything else.
Yeah.
This strategy is dubious at best because my shopping cart is literally turkeys, hams, and 8 cartons of eggnog. I
I
don't
don't
feel
like
bad for achieving maximum value
turkey
because frankly, the
Thanksgiving.
corporations
I
got
like
themselves
ham.
into this mess because when they hit me
'Cause
with
turkey
maximum
just
one
ends
per
up too
customer,
dry.
they seriously think that after firing all their employees that AI is going to stop me. Now, if you're struggling at your family's Christmas dinner because your grandpa believes in Jesus but doesn't believe in trans people, and your
Yeah.
cousin's making
Or black
excuses
people.
again about why their late stage polycule couldn't make it, just know that if you're in that stage of your Shakespearean tragedy, it's important to remember that thinking your grandpa is out of touch is a lot more enjoyable than having to tell him, the bathroom's over here, Grandpa, remember? Don't worry, he doesn't have dementia. You just put a sign on your bathroom that says gender neutral. Classic comedy. One thing I do to get through family gatherings is set a stopwatch when I walk in the door to see how long it takes for someone to complain about Trump. While I'm usually clocking in the 4 to 5
No one,
minute range,
no one
it
in my
has been
family,
trending up.
no one, unfortunately, in my family complains about him. They all probably think he is the closest thing to God, unfortunately. So that's probably me on the dangling down. That's that's me. Except I can't say anything.
Meaning I think nature is finally starting to heal, unlike America's global reputation. With that
Yeah,
said, I might be the only person I've ever met who actually enjoys American politics because I view it the same way I see Game of Thrones.
never
It
seen
started
it.
out great in the beginning, but
No, it
leading
didn't.
up to the end, it was like watching a slow motion train wreck in real time.
Yeah,
While the experience was still enjoyable, I'd always thought, yeah, that was pretty cool, but what if I could be in the train?
you don't
One of the
you
unique
don't want to be
characteristics
in
of
the
Christmas
train.
is that you can tell someone's political alignment by their attitude towards the holiday. All you have to do is look at them and then ask yourself the question, how does this person feel about the Christmas industrial complex?
I don't really
If you're
care.
like, nah, that dude looks like he hates the decorations, hates shopping and women, constantly says Christmas is about the birth of the Lord, none of this other shit, never gets the gifts he wanted, and is on his third maxed out credit card buying knockoff Nerf guns for his 5 kids, 100% MAGA Republican. If you're
Yeah,
like, yeah, this person got every video game console they wanted growing up,
I
loves
didn't.
decorations, worships women, constantly says Christmas is about people richer than them exploiting people poorer than them, has no kids, and has never given their friends a non-performative present in their life, 100% gulag communist Reddit mod. If you're like, what if I don't celebrate Christmas, Jamie? Where does that put me? In today's political climate, I'd probably lay low for a while, or else you might find out again. By far the best part of Christmas is everything in the Western world just goes on pause. You could literally be in the trenches fighting another country, and then on December 25th, both sides are like,
I still
turducken.
don't know
It
how
really
that
gives you a
happened.
glimpse into the notion that despite common belief,
That would
20-year-olds
not
actually
happen
don't
these
want to
days.
kill each other for geopolitically advantageous territorial expansion, and civilization is really only at war with each other because we haven't figured out anything better to do every day. So with that said, it's important to remember the true meaning of Christmas isn't about getting presents from Santa. At some
It's
point,
not.
you have to learn the truth. A lot of new parents have trouble with this because they don't want to tell their kids that Santa isn't real. So if you're under 8 years old and they left you unattended on an
Yeah,
iPad,
I never believed in Santa because like when I was a kid, my grandpa dressed up as Santa, and I was terrified of the random red stranger in my house. So I cried until he said he was my grandpa. So yeah, I was not a Santa believer as a kid.
you're welcome. Make sure you subscribe and smash that like button.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, a lot of adults do struggle with this because they have to ask themselves the question, how long should you go before you stop believing in stories of a bearded man who performs miracles? While this
Some
is personal
never.
to you, I don't think there's anything wrong with continuing to believe as long as you want, as long as your beliefs don't cause you to be cruel to other people. So yeah, most people should grow out of it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Now, you might be wondering, how does Santa travel all around the world without incurring roaming charges? Simple.
Oh, magic. Where's the code? There you go. Because the rest of that was just an ad. But I'm glad Santa has Sally. But how was y'all's Christmas this year? Let me know down below if you made it to this point. Let me know how your Christmas was and how your New Year's was. Okay, until next time, bye bye.